A useless man. When I spoke of the useless man concept, I spoke about how is a man who is for the system, in the system, useless. We got to remember that when we're born into this world, the value we bring to it is for others. If we derive pleasure from the thing that we do, that's well and good. But a man myself actualize. Who am I? What am I about? What are my values? If you don't have a sense of who you are, your values, your interests, and you just get shoved into systems from child care to primary school to secondary school to college to university, systematically just guided without having any sense of personal identity. And you jump into the work and you jump into the marriage and you jump into the divorces. Everything that's been structured for you. You don't have a sense of who you are, what you like. You're just kind of following everything. And oftentimes you got a dress style that you just saw somebody wear, and your opinions are not based on your own opinions. You speak on politics because you're left leaning, right leaning, conservative. When you speak about your hobbies, it's just like, for instance, soccer is a big thing. And you what you find is you find men and women, men who are so caught up in the system that they have no originality to them, no sense of fresh air, in critical thinking in them. They are useless to themselves. They're not bringing value to themselves. Yes, they're living. Yes, they're producing. Yes, they're giving to the system, but they're not useful to themselves, because being useful to yourself is to allow yourself to discover, to allow yourself to to venture on an unpaved road, to allow yourself to learn the way we learn when we're children. Nobody assured you that this step is the one you're going to walk. Nobody assured you that this is the one, this is it. Now you're not going to fall no more. You just kept trying until you got it. Now we're so accustomed to be systemized that we've become useless to ourselves. Useful to yourself is you're not afraid to fail. You try something. You don't just go into something because somebody told you to do the thing. It'd be foolish if you had $5 million and I told you, jump into this business, put the money in. You'd be like, just because you tell me that business is a good thing, I need to know for sure for myself. How do we learn things? By practicing, testing, and everything else. A lot of people have not traveled. A lot of people speak from their own environment. And a lot of people don't read much. A lot of people don't know much about the real history of where we're at as a people group. People get lied to. There's a new wave of gayarism, and there's wokeism, and all these women that were chanting men and this, and we buying it. Hollywood feeding us this over centralized everything, and we buy into it. You become so useless to yourself. You just become a puppet of the system. That is not being useful to yourself. When you're just parroting whatever you're hearing, it's a disservice to your creator, because your essence has been captured by the system, of just being utilized. You're just being utilized. So the value of a man, yes, of course, we know that society values you when you're contributing to it. But it's also when you also fundamentally have your own set way of doing things. You are like, nah, we're not going here. This is where I'm going. Nah, you're not going to talk to me like that. This is what we're doing. You're not just like very reactive somehow because you're triggered. You chose a career path and you're scared to leave because, oh, but this is all I know. I can't travel because this is that. And you have no sense of adventure, not no sense of attempt. You're doing yourself a disservice. A man has to be able to stand on his own mindset, on his own ideas. That's how you lead. And I'm not talking about leading in terms of like a company, but you just lead your people around you. If you got a child, if you're a woman, whatever it is, you become useless to yourself when all you know is what the other guy knows. The other guy knows the same information. Right now I'm on the continent. I'm in Uganda right now. I'm sure there's the football going on. People know what did Liverpool score. What Man U score. Every other person knows that. The elections, oh, who won? The music, everybody listen to the same thing. School, oh, there's no uniqueness in the person that you can't even have a critical conversation with anybody because everybody just becomes so useless as first systemized, institutionalized. Nothing unique to bring to the table, mind wise, except for the same thing. A man must learn to ID himself. Who am I? Who am I outside, what my mama tells me I am, or what my father tells me I am, what society think I am? Who am I? Reflect. Where do I want to go? What does my life look like? That's when you start to become useful to yourself. Yes, you can still do a job, but now you know who you are and why you're doing it. Purpose. Don't be a useless man. A useless man can be a man that looks successful on the surface, but he's lost within himself because he got no idea why he's doing what he's doing. Do not be a useless man. Be a useful man. And that way, when you die, at least you know you did some things that are worth